This is Bishmanrock. Just wanted to create a quick video just updating on sort of my game dev journey. Started a bit ago doing some game dev stuff, not super serious, and I've been at it for, well, I've been at game dev for a couple of years now, but I've been on one project for about maybe 4 or 5 months, maybe a bit longer. I kind of can't remember when I properly started on it, and I just thought, now that I'd finally hit a point where I'm building it and you can sort of play it from start to finish, albeit it's quite janky. It's the first time that the game sort of represents a game, I guess, rather than just bits and bobs of code. So I wanted to actually start documenting where I was up to. The game is currently codenamed ARROGANCE. I don't know what it's going to be called at the end. It's a 90s influenced FPS, so not as early as Doom was in the 90s, but my influences come more from stuff like Dark Forces, the original Unreal, Heretic, so I was trying to tap in more to the generation of first-person shooters that came after that. The game is functional. There is very basic enemy AI that doesn't currently attack. I have tried with a couple of different AI systems. I wasn't impressed with any of them, so I've basically started from scratch. I'll give a quick run through of what I've got so far, just to guide through what I've got. It is incredibly basic. Like I say, it's functional. So going for sort of the old school aesthetic, there's a lot of placeholder textures on here at the moment, so that texture up there is far too high def for what I'm going for. These textures are more in line with what the game will actually look like. Everything on that screen is more or less what I'm looking for in terms of aesthetic, but you will catch little bits around that are still placeholder from when I was originally building the levels. The barrels, I deleted the texture, so I need to put some new ones in. Shooting's currently broken. It broke last week. There's a problem where when you shoot, it just goes straight forward regardless of where you're looking. It still follows your 360 around, but it doesn't go up or down. And I fixed it, and it's broke again. So I think there's something terrible going on. I think there's something that's controlling the player script externally that I need to hunt down, because the player script is actually fine. But actual movement is sort of tapping into that old school Quake, quite tight, not flimmy flammy. A lot of modern FPSs I don't really like. They're a bit spongy in the movement. The current shooting I don't really like. It's a bit too slow and sluggish, so I'll probably change that to raycast so it's immediate. Got functioning doors. Do have a semi-functioning enemy. He's probably wandered off somewhere. That's his waypoint. That's not actually meant to be visible in the final game. That's just for the debug. There he is. So he'll wait there for a bit and move over to his waypoint. If I haven't crossed his line of sight, which I might have actually. But basically, he'll just generate new waypoints and walk between them, or to be close to him, and then they're random. I do have a waypoint system where he will follow a predefined path. And he won't attack. He does do an attack animation and come up to me, but as you see, he doesn't do much more from there. And then I should be able to gun him down, but apparently that isn't working, so that's quite interesting. Figure that out later on. But yeah, this is the first level, and it's the one I've been sort of using as a test bed to try and get the aesthetic down, and it's getting there. It's quite dark, quite moody. You see the gun's quite pixelated. That is actually a 3D model, heavily pixelated down. Everything's 3D models. I haven't actually used any sprites. The game is actually only 320 megabytes, I think it came down to. One of the aims I wanted was to keep the game quite light in terms of installation, because I tend to find a lot of games they have far too high textures for what they are. This, I've compressed it down to hell, and it works for the aesthetic. There's a lift, you can press the button and you can go to the next level. Everything outside of level 2 is wonky, to say the best. There's a lot of lighting that hasn't been generated. As you can see, there's no like ceilings, a lot of placeholder textures. The level is basically there and sketched out. This is what I was basically doing, was getting the level in place so it was there and you could run around, and then I could fill in with the details. Got some nice servers there. See if I can get my way back to... Oh, bloody hell, I've lost myself now. I'm not sure I was meant to be able to get through that door. I'll check that later on. Let's see if I can find this lift and get to the next level. They only get worse and worse as time goes on, to be fair. And the last level is the sketchiest of them all. Can I press that? No, it's broken. Okay, that's a bit interesting. Well, I'll have to fix that. But either way, they look worse and worse. So that's essentially the game. I can quit out of that because I put in an escape key at least. And I think that about covers it. So that's just a sort of overview of what I've got in place. I've got a basic menu system, which is functional and... Oh, why aren't you working now? Alright, I can't... I'll do it from the build. God, everything just breaks the moment you take your eye off it. Yeah, I've got a... That should work, yeah, full screen, VSync, you can change your resolutions, I won't bother with that, and I've got different audio mixers so you can get rid of the music if you want. Really awful SFX holder. Bloody hell, turn that down. So that's actually functional. You should be able to call that from in-game, but I may have turned that off. Oh no, it is, but that's the gun overlooks the menu. Brilliant. And also the buttons aren't working and now the entire thing's frozen. So it semi-works. Like I say, it's janky, it's a first build, and it's the first time I've been able to build it without errors. And theoretically you should be able to get from start to the finish of the game, but for whatever reason that didn't work there in the build, despite the fact that it works in the editor, because I did test that prior to this video. I'll leave it there for now. I'll probably come back in with another dev update at some point. There won't be too frequent. It's just a sort of snapshot where I'm up to so I can look back and see what sort of progress I'm making. So hopefully by the next time I come back round I will have the enemy AI in. That'll be the main thing, so you actually have people to fight and things to do, I guess, and the functionality of actually moving from level to level and be able to finish it. There's 6 levels overall. The final level is the only one that isn't built in a way that represents the level. They're all there, so some of them are very broken, but you can actually play them apart from the 6th one, so I'll try and get that sorted as well. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you around.